Friends and family, it is my pleasure and privilege today to stand near Ruben in the role of best human. At times like this, a speech is required and expected, or dreaded. To reassure the audience, I don't intend to take long. You are encouraged to drink, and there will be at least 3 jokes. Please feel free to indicate that you get the jokes with laughter, cheers, or groans as appropriate. I first met Rue over 20 years ago at university. He was standing on a table and noticeable for his curly hair, flouncy shirt, and a huge amount of energy and enthusiasm contained in a tiny twig-like body. As you can see, not much has changed. When I saw him, I thought to myself, I like some of that. This is the theme we'll be returning to later. Thankfully for all concerned, Rue and I didn't work out as partners, but our friendship has lasted ever since those uni days, an experience shared by many others in this room. In preparing to make this speech, I asked various people for advice on how they would describe Ruben. Most of them were entirely unhelpful, providing answers like, I don't know, don't ask me, this is really difficult. Thanks, folks. But through dedicated pestering, I did eventually manage to drag a few descriptors out of the people who know and love Ruben. Considerate was one, followed by generous, kind, thoughtful, and appreciative. It was also grudgingly admitted that Rue is intelligent. With the unspoken proviso, not as intelligent as me, of course, but still fairly clever. People brightened up a bit when they talked about how much fun he is at parties. Never lost talk for words, always ready to talk to anyone, and generally one of the last standing, or gently swaying as the case may be. One thing everyone agreed on is that Rue has excellent taste in friends, a fact which is demonstrated around the room today. If you're one of Rue's friends, please congratulate yourselves now for your good taste and discernment. To return to one of my core themes, people look at Ruben and think, I'd like some of that. Whether or not it's inviting him to join you for a game, to go for a meal, attend a party, or more seriously, to listen to an issue or help you with a problem, it's agreed that Rue is generally a good person to have in your life. But today isn't just about Rue, or his curly hair, acceptable levels of intelligence, or impeccable taste. People in relationships acquire an and. And I've been working on a pun here about taking someone's and in marriage, or an and fasting, but I'm not sure I'll get a laugh. Today is about Ruben and Stephanie, their story and journey as they moved forward together in their lives. When Steph first saw Rue, silhouetted in a hallway, he'd come to play a game with a mutual friend. She told me she noticed at once his curly hair and certain other attributes, and thought to herself, I'd like a bit of that. Like most of life's journeys, their coming together as a couple hasn't been a straight line. They've taken the scenic route, or as Rue would say, the picturesque one. It's good to take your time. The early bird catches the worm, but as we used to say profoundly to each other in those uni days and nights, the later bird might get something much better. I feel very lucky that my life contains such good friends as Rue and Steph. My friendship with Steph came about as a result of her relationship with Rue, but it's a friendship independent of him as well, something important and valuable in its own right. I recently had the opportunity to spend a weekend with some of Steph's friends and family, a large group of people I hadn't met before, and was feeling some anxiety about whether or not we'd all get on. It'll be fine, Rue said, reassuring me. Classic Rue, that. Steph's friends are a good bunch, and they make a plan work. And he was right. One of the things Rue and Steph most definitely have in common is their excellent taste in friends. If you didn't feel able to congratulate yourselves before on your good taste in knowing Rue, because you don't know him well yet, please drink to your very fine choice of Steph as a friend. In preparing to make this speech, I naturally asked Rue and Steph what they mean to each other. And it was very heartwarming. But it was late and we were drinking and I didn't write it all down. I didn't write it all down. I'm regretting that now, obviously. I do remember that when I asked Steph if she could have a sex robot designed to any specification she wanted, she chose to have one that was an exact duplicate of Reuben. Which is sweet, even if it does show a certain failure of imagination. Rue also chose a sex robot of himself. More importantly, what I do remember of those conversations is how much they genuinely love, admire, and respect each other, and how each of them, when looking at the other, thinks, I'd like not just a bit, but a lot more of that in my life. Rue and Steph have chosen each other, and they've chosen us, their friends and family, to celebrate their marriage, the pleasure and the privilege of sharing their happiness today. And so, wonderful people, friends, family, and well-wishers, I think we've all congratulated ourselves enough. Let's raise another glass to the happy couple, to Reuben and Stephanie. We have a couple of final toasts to conclude. Andy, Vic, and then Andy. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm here to propose a toast on behalf of all of Steph's friends who've all joined, come here, Steph and Rue, or Steph and Rue as I call you. So we'd just like to say on behalf of all of us, have an excellent, lovely marriage and be excellent to each other. Stephanie and Reuben.
Hello, well I'm the other half of that deal. I'm here to thank you from all of Reuben's friends, especially to those of you who've travelled down to the sunny south. And I wish you all the best. To Steph and Rue.
And that really concludes the formal speeches. From now onwards, I invite you to continue to mingle with each other, have a lovely time. In a little while, we'll be clearing these tables and setting up a stage for the band. There will also be a tea and coffee station, because what you want in a day like this is a hot drink. I have just a couple of final sort of housekeeping notices. Basically, there's a lovely guest book over there on the table with the cake. I don't know how many of you have had a chance to see it. If you'd like to write a message to the happy couple, that's your opportunity. You're strongly encouraged to do so. And there is a usher team which I think has already made themselves known to you, but if you have any questions about what happens next or what you need to do, come to me, come to Steve, come to Vicky Olive, wave Vicky, come to Andy, come to Gemma, who's next to Andy, come to Kathy, where are you Kathy? There she is over there. Or come to John, where are you John? Also waving. And in general, have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy yourselves. There'll be cake cutting and dancing later. Have a great day.